Hiya guys and welcome back to 2FC, aka Two Footballs Combined. Just want to say a little something. Where the fuck are you, Ryan Matthews haters, motherfuckers? That's all I'm going to say on that. I said it enough times on Twitter yesterday, but where the fuck are you? Nowhere. Didn't think so. Sweet. Right. Eagles beat the Falcons. You can't fucking go wrong with that, can you? Brilliant. Falcons were on a hot streak. They really, really were. We have held them to the lowest points they've scored all season, if I'm right. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Fucking have that. Can't go wrong. Absolutely buzzing. Could have gone a lot worse. Could have been a lot better. But I'm happy. We've won by 9 points, which who before the game would have said that? I definitely didn't. If we were going to win, it was going to be by a field goal, in my opinion. Yes, I predicted we'd lose. But it was kind of every time I predict for them, we fucking lose. So I'm going to go against them and we win. So I'm just going to have to do that every week. Every time I do predictions now, I'm going to have to go against the Eagles. If we're going to keep fucking winning. I've written a few things down just to remind myself. Hence the bit of paper. But the game itself, I thought was pretty good. First half wasn't amazing, personally. But the second half, especially the fourth quarter, was pretty good. I don't even know where to fucking start. Do I start with the refs? Do I start with the stats I've written down? I don't fucking know. I will start with this, actually. Aguilar needs to fucking go. He needs to fuck off straight away for the rest of the season. He just needs to be taken out and bring Paul Turner in for him. Just for fuck's sake, he's useless. Absolutely fucking useless. He's doing my head in now. Like, he can't catch a fucking cold. He just can't. It's horrendous. I'm going to go McKelvin. I think I'm going to start with a McKelvin this week because he didn't have a great week last week. The whole week, it's been on and off where he was going to start because of his hamstring, this, that and the other. The Atlanta touchdown. He got mugged off again. He got mugged off last week for a touchdown. He got mugged off this week by a touchdown. Was it Julio Jones? No, it wasn't Julio Jones that scored the touchdown. Either or, he got mugged off. It was very clever play, but he should have seen it coming. A couple of stutters, and the bloke's off. He's off. He's caught the ball. Touchdown. Here we go again. You know what I mean? Like, we were leading the whole game, and then all of a sudden, one touchdown, and they're back in it, and they're in the front for the first time in the game. It's just, but one saving grace, the interception with 1:28 to go to win us the game, basically. I have a feeling we would have won the game without it. 9 points to come back from it's not a hard feat, but it would have been easier for us. Easier for us? Yeah. I know what I'm trying to say. Words aren't working. Yeah, if he didn't make the catch, the ball wouldn't have been caught by Atlanta. They'd have carried on, and it had just taken time away. I don't think they had any. They didn't have any timeouts left, so the clock would have just run down, and I just think that if they were to have got a touchdown, then it's a possibility. We could have lost by a point. It's a possibility. But I also have to say, just if he's got a bad hamstring, if it comes out tomorrow or today that his hamstring's a bit tight and he ends up playing against Seattle next week, I'm going to be pissed. Like, he shouldn't, if he's injured, he shouldn't be fucking playing. End of. If you've got a leg injury that is stopping you doing your job, don't fucking do it. End of story, in my opinion. I'm going to go with the refs next. So, 2 pass interference calls, they missed. 2. That I saw. 2 of them, they just fucking missed. But, as every Eagles fan in the whole entire world will say, where the fuck was the helmet-to-helmet call? Where was it? You can't, these days in the NFL, with all the concussion protocols and all that shit, you cannot miss a helmet-to-helmet that fucking, like, obviously. It was horrendous. Matthews has come out saying, look, I'll take a bloody lip for a win, which to me shows fucking just true dedication to the team. But he shouldn't have had to. It happened no matter what. But I mean, he shouldn't have to worry about a bloody lip without getting the call. It's bollocks. It's just fucking bollocks. That was a fucking 15-yarder all day long. But somehow the refs missed an obvious... Basically, it was a spear to the head. He just kind of fucking flew himself into the face mask. It was horrible. It was just pure filth, in my opinion. The refs, again, trying to screw us over, but fuck you. End of, you know what I mean? Like, I've written some stats down, which, when I read them, I was like, fuck. Like, Ryan Matthews, as I started this off, where the fuck are you haters? Mm-hmm. He is the first running back for the Eagles to hit over 100 yards since DeMarco Murray last October. 13 months. He's the first running back to hit over 100 yards. We were in the 9th game last year. October, you normally have, depending on what game it was, you probably had 8 to 9 to 10 games before the end of the season. So, from October last year, Ryan Matthews was the first person to hit 100 rushing yards since DeMarco Murray. That's ridiculous. Like, you'd think it wouldn't be that far, but he had a fucking amazing game. But what I didn't realise is he got 30 reception yards as well. So actually, all in all, he hit 139 yards with 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. Like, what a lad. Brilliant. Smallwood, as a rookie, hit over 100 yards. 70 of them were rushing. The other 32 were kick returns. Hit over 100 yards. Like, good lad. Well done. For a rookie to hit 102 yards, yes, it's not all in one go. But for it to happen, yeah, can't go wrong. Sproles, 19 rushing yards, which was weird for me. Only 19 rushing. It seemed like he was on the ball the whole fucking game. But then I looked further. 57 reception yards. So he got thrown to and made more yards as a receiver. Fucking hell. Like, brilliant. As a running back, he's catching the ball and running more yards by catching it. Brilliant. Good on ya. Again, Sproles is a fucking beast. I've said this for a couple of weeks now. Actually, I've said this since he joined the Eagles. But he's just fucking quality, isn't he? Barner, 114 kick returning yards. If it wasn't for their kicker, he could have returned one for a touchdown, in my opinion. I think it was just after their kicker got hurt. After he punted the ball. Was it a punt or was it a kickoff? I think it was a punt. After he'd hurt his leg because he was limping. If he didn't push him out, he had the rest of the field to go. So it could have been a lot more than 114 yards. Receptions. Jordan Matthews is our number one wide receiver, and he's going to stay that way unless we can get someone who can fucking catch. 73 reception yards. It's not amazing by any feat, but it was the highest amount of yards that we had. But he is good. He is very good. I reckon he just needs a little bit more time to get into the game. I know he's been with us a few seasons now, but I think he's just finding it a bit hard under the Doug regime. Zach Ertz. A lot of people were slagging him off, but he gave a few penalties away, didn't he? He did give a few penalties away, but he hit 55 reception yards. It's better than nothing, isn't it? Definitely better than Nelson Aguilar's. Much, much better. Which, if I'm not wrong, it was 7 yards or 17, one of the two. And I had a 7 in it, and I know it wasn't high. So I'll go back to that. He needs to fuck off. If he can get injured, that'd be brilliant. Just injured until the end of the season, so at least we can offload him next year. If we can offload him next year, brilliant. I don't give a shit what we get for him. Like we could give him away for free. I'll be happy. He's horrible. But Zach Ertz, it seems that Doug's using him a little bit more in the past couple of games. He had a decent enough game last week against the Giants. He had a decent enough game this week. Other than giving the penalties away, he must have given about 20 yards away of penalties. But all in all, everything was good. The defence, well done. That's fucking brilliant. To hold a team like Atlanta that have been kind of running teams all over the fucking place, holding them to only 15 points. Fucking well done. Absolutely brilliant. I don't know what else much to say. Like, share, subscribe. See you next week. Or actually, I'll see you in a couple of days with the NFL predictions with ERock. I know I've said it before, and I'm not sure if anyone actually listens, but if you go onto Soundcloud, ERock does a podcast called 4th and Jawn. I'll leave it all in the description, the Soundcloud, their Twitter, their Instagram, everything. It's, for an Eagles fan, it's fucking brilliant to listen to. Last week's one was amazing. And ERock wasn't even on it. It was just fucking hilarious. But yeah, make sure you go and check that out. It's on Tuesdays over in the States, Eastern, 9 p.m. over in England. If you are an NFL fan over here, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't normally listen to it until the next day because obviously being at work or being asleep. So yeah, like, share, subscribe. Make sure you go and follow everyone that I leave in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.